Welcome to this video. My name is Tobias Chacha, a technology, education and building and civil option student at Moi University. I am excited to share with you a few reflections and insights from the technology trip we took to Mombasa between 30th June and to 4th July 2025. Today, I'll focus mostly on what stood out from a building and construction point of view, examining what kinds of structures the firms operate in, how those buildings are built, the materials used, and why those choices make sense to their operations. We went to 6 firms, namely Mombasa Cement Limited, Vipingo Plant, the AVA, that the Associated Vehicle Assemblers, the Kenya Ferry Services, the Kenya Pipeline Company, Brolo Kenya Limited. I will start first with the Mombasa Cement Limited, Vipingo Plant, which is the most building and construction centered amongst the farms we visited. It is a cement production company based in Vipingo, Mombasa. Their plant has some of the most massive industrial buildings I have ever seen. I saw tall silos, huge rotary kilns, and multi-level processing towers, all built from reinforced concrete and steel trusses. The materials are chosen for a reason, and that is concrete gives the structure strength and stability, while steel supports long spans and heavy machinery. The heat and the dust in the environment demand fire-resistant and weatherproof materials, and so the open layouts help with airflow and maintenance access. The second company that we visited was the Associated Vehicle Assemblers, the AVA. It is a vehicle assembly company that focuses on vehicle production. There's a lot to learn that also I observed there about building design. They use a type of structure, portal frame, which is great because it doesn't need columns in the middle. That gives it a lot of open space to move vehicles and machinery around. The floors are concrete. That's because they handle weight of heavy vehicles, and the roofing uses galvanized sheets with natural lighting panels and rich vents to airflow. One of the things I realized was how much structural design affects workflow. Even the placement of exits and doors matters, especially working with moving vehicles. The third company that we visited, or one of the companies that we visited, was the Brolo Kenya Limited. It was one of another highlight. They manufacture steel pipes and sections used in construction. The main facility is a high-roofed steel building with overhead cranes and mounted on beams used to move heavy steel around. Those are electric overhead cranes. Yeah. One thing that also I observed, how the organization of the Brolo, the company itself, their layout. The materials used high-grade steel, polished concrete floors, and insulated roofings meant to handle vibration, heat, and heavy-duty cutting. The ICT is integrated in production control, computer-aided designs of maybe the cuttings and shaping tools everywhere. Brolo, the CEO there, Brolo Manoj, had a talk with us about how to succeed or to make a meaningful life, gave us some values that we noted down. The fourth one that we went, one of the companies that we visited was the AMGECO, African Marine and General Engineering Company. This company repairs ships, so most of its structures are located along the waterfront. The buildings are tough marine grade concrete, stainless and bitumen ceiling, and to add with it to help them endure the salty air and water around. They have dockside workshops and machine shops with ramps, platforms, and storage zones that are built for large, heavy, and oddly shaped materials. The fifth company that we visited was the Kenya Pipeline Company, the Kipevu Pump Station 14. This site was very secure and very specialized. The buildings there are more utility focused, pump stations with underground pipes and control rooms, all built with concrete, reinforced concrete and chemical resistant linings. This was because they need to contain hazardous liquids, the petroleum products that they store safely and withstand high pressure. Even the pipe racks are supported by strong steel structures. They use SCADA. The ICT there is used for controlling the flow of oil and pressure levels in real time. The sixth company, one of the companies that we visited was the Kenya Ferry Services, that's the KFS. The KFS operates it is the corporation that operates the ferry services in Likoni Channel, and it conducts mostly dealing with to ferry the vehicles and the people around the inland and the island sides crossing the Likoni Channel. They ensure the safety of both the things on transit, people and all their goods. In a construction point of view, the ferry ramps are sloped and heavily reinforced to handle both vehicle weight and water impact. They are engineered using anti-slip steel, marine concrete, and corrosion-resistant materials so that they endure the air and the water that is very salty around there. From all the farms, all the visits that I took during those 4 days in Mombasa, I learned several things in building, the way a building is designed, built and maintained based on the industrial works that are going to take place. Each company had buildings tailored to their exact needs, whether it was for strength, heat resistant, corrosion control, or just good old efficiency. ICT are used to manage safety, automate production, and monitor systems in all these buildings. And strict observance of occupational safety and health measures was very key in each company that we visited. They really emphasize on the safety of the visiting people and the workers around and everyone in the farm. My final thoughts on this trip, it was a change of scenery, it was a transformative perspective. I see now things in construction not just as simple as just bricks or mortar, but as a carefully planned, deeply engineered processes that touches every part of industry. Those are my light